Welcome, hockey fans. This is Chris Farmer, and this is Logan Lake Miners Hockey. Tonight, we've got the Miners hosting the UVic Vikes. Should be a good one here tonight. Both teams look to get back on the winning track as both teams lost their last game after a split last weekend. UVic split with VIU, and the Miners beat SFU and then lost in the Okanagan. Teams line up here for O Canada. Your starting lineups for tonight, starting for the University of Victoria Vikes. We've got number 11, Ryan Strange, number 77, Booker Daniel, number 21, Lucas Byrne. On defense, we have number 4, Kyle Crew, number 62, Eric Stinson, starting in goal, 88, Eric Clark. And for the Miners, starting up front, we've got number 11, Braden Huth, number 10, Nathan Bomer, number 23, Jalen Davidson. On defense, number 12, Leo Singer, and number 7, Adrian Schaefer. Starting in goal for the Miners, number 35, Connor Hatfield. Here we go. Strange and Davidson. Davidson wins it back into his own zone. Hatfield puts his paddle on that one and freezes it, so I'll have a quick face-off down here in Miners territory. Quick 6 seconds there off the clock. Davidson and Strange will settle in here to the right of Hatfield. Davidson wins that one with forehand back into the corner. Schaefer backhands it around round two. Bomer in the other corner. That's poked away from him. Leo Sanger chips it back up looking for Bomer. Daniel intercepts, puts it back down low to Strange. Strange spinning off his man. Puts it back around. That's intercepted. Knocked back to the point. Stinson fires it out front. Misses Daniel. Goes all the way around. Kept in at this point here on the near side. Booth is able to get that one out. Dumps it all the way down. Icing's waved off. Stinson goes back to retrieve the puck. Fires it up the right wing wall. Chipped out in middle. Bounces across to Evers. Evers tries to look in out front for Sweeney. Intercepted by Matty. Matty backhand up to Bomer. Chips it off the wall, looking for Lario. Lario skates onto it. Tokic bumps his man in the corner. Puck comes out the slot, kept in by Turner. Turner tries a quick shot, goes wide of the net. Tokic now. Tokic puts it into the corner. Here's Matty. Matty's bumped by Sweeney. Puck comes loose. Tokic tries to move it up. That's intercepted by Rasmussen. Dumped back down into Vikes territory and covered up by Clark. Matty will be facing off here against Sweeney to the right of Clark. Sweeney wins that one back into his own zone. Here is Lewis. Lewis fires it up looking for Evers. Evers tips it down into the Miners zone. Hatfield comes out to play it. Tries to fire it around. That hits a man. Intercepted by the Vikes. They can't get a shot off that one. Puck goes back down into Vikes territory. Lario's after it. Lario gets a stick on it. Goes just wide of the net. Fired back out front. Tipped out of the zone by the Vikes. Relieving the pressure. Rasmussen's back for it. He's got Zackel with him. Stops behind his net. Rasmussen fires it up to Lario. Lario tries to put it out front, goes off the skate of Pickle and backhands it back down deep. Hatfield's out now. Leaves it there for Rasmussen. Rasmussen takes a bump from Laskoski. Zackel puts it up the wall. Intercepted by Fryer. Fryer puts it on Hatfield, who blockers it and goes up and out of play for another face-off down in minor territory. Pickle settles in for the draw against Gordon here to the right of Hatfield. Pickle wins that one back. Here's a puck now at the front. Green takes a quick shot. That goes wide of the net. Stopped there. Fired down in front. Castelletto is there digging away, but that's frozen by Hatfield. Laskoski was able to put that one on net with Castello in front of the net. Pickle and Gordon here again to the right of Hatfield. Pickle wins that one back to Fryer. Fryer fires it out front. Got a tip in front from Laskoski, but that's intercepted by the Miners' skates. Fired out of the zone. Fryer puts it back in. Nielsen gloves that down. Goes cross ice to Smitter. Smitter backhand up. Gordon gets a stick on that. He's in with Sam. Sam now on the right. Fires it. Blockered away by Clark. Green in. Intercepted by Gordon. He tries to put it quickly out front and whistle down as the net comes off. Good little forecheck there from the Miners. Not able to get too much going on. $17:28 here remaining in the first period. Davidson on this face-off up against Pickle to the left of Clark. Davidson wins that one back. Puck's bouncing around and Crew comes away with it. He fires it up ice. Here's Castelletto. He's in on Bomer. Bumps him in the corner. Puck comes loose there and it bounces out front off of a skate. Laskoski tried to center it, went off of Miner's skate and bounced right into the glove of Hatfield. Hatfield coming into this game after beating SFU in his last start. Davidson wins that one. His forehand down the corner. Rasmussen comes up the right wing wall. He's able to get that one out into the neutral zone. Bounces past Crew. Huth in on the forecheck. Huth beats that puck. Crew has it now behind the net. Backhand over to the wing. Fire it up ice to Hartley. Hartley going in wide of Zackel. Tries a quick shot. Goes off the glove and off the bar. Up and out of play. Quick little shot there. $16:55 here remaining in the first. Smith is out there on the face-off for the Vikes, and he's going to face off against Maddie to the left of Hatfield here in minor territory. Maddie wins that one. His forehand down in the corner. Rasmussen, he's being watched there by Dornan. Loses control along the wall. Hartley puts it back down low to Dornan. Dornan tries to go up front, off the skate. Back in the corner, Rasmussen. Backhand behind the net to Zackel. Zackel looking up ice. Flicks it up out. Glove down there in neutral zone. That probably should have been a hand pass, but didn't get whistled down as Tokic dumps it down deep. Here's Zackel. Zackel looking up ice. Flicks it high off the glass. Comes all the way back down onto the stick of Lewis back in Vikes territory. Lewis fires it up looking for Strange. Off. He can't handle that one. Gets through to Singer now. Singer circles behind Hatfield. Looking up ice. Finds Lario. Lario now. The Miners captain. Backhands Owen down into Vikes territory. He's angled off by Lewis. Maddie in on the forecheck. Puck comes around here to Tokic. Tokic is looking up ice for Daniel, but it kind of fired that one off to the side and went all the way down here for icing. So we're going to have a face-off back down in Vikes territory. Gordon pointing out which side he wants the face-off in as he settles in to the left here of the Vikes goaltender, Clark. He will take on Strange. And Strange wins that one back into the corner. Lewis fans on that pass. That's intercepted by Smitter. Smitter keeps it down in Vikes territory. Lewis chips it up to Strange. over to Byrne, looking for Daniel. Daniel has a stick on it. He's got a step, but he can't quite get control of the puck there. Schaefer fires it off the wall. That gets out of the zone. Now we got a hand pass whistle down here. And the face-off's going to come back down here into Vikes territory. Oh, I stand corrected. Just outside in front of the Vikes bench. Strange wins that one. Sam jumps through and gets control. He tries to fire it out front. Goes off a stick. Smithiter on the forecheck. Gordon's in to help him. He gets it to Smithiter. Puts it back to the point to Singer, but Singer can't handle that pass as it gets through his feet. Gets all the way back down into his own end. Hatfield leaves it there for Singer. Singer up the wall to Smithiter. Smithiter backhands it, looking for Gordon. Intercepted by the Vikes. Green tries a backhand. He loses control. Schaefer now. Schaefer fires that one down deep, and the Miners go for a change. Fryer back. That one bounced funny up and over the glass. Strange bounce there and behind the Vikes net. This is Eric Clark's sixth start of the season. He's won 3 of his first 5 starts with a goals against average of 4.45. Tie up along the boards. Puck comes loose to Chatty, who fires it across, looking for Poncelet. Just out of his reach, but he pokes it through. Christian jumps ahead of that. Somehow stays onside. Puck goes back down deep. Here's the Vikes now. Green behind his own net. He stops, going back the other way. Fires it up ice to Evers. Here's Evers through the neutral zone. He's got 2 men with him. Puts it down deep. Chatty has it now. Backhands it around the wall. Looking for Poncelet. Kept in at the point by Crew. Crew takes a little bump there from Poncelet. Chatty now. Chatty watched by Evers. Puts it back around the corner. Looking for Nielsen. Gets past Nielsen to Poncelet, who fires it up ice. That's going to go all the way down, and it gets to the goalie, so we're not going to have an icing, but we are going to have a face-off down in Vikes zone. So 14-22 left here in the first. Not a whole bunch has happened on the offensive side of things. Teams are kind of feeling each other out here at this point. Davidson settles in for the face-off here against Pickle. Pickle wins it back in the corner. Laskowski fires it high off the glass. Glove down by Rasmussen, who keeps it in at the point. Rasmussen circling. Backhands it down into the corner. There's Stinson now in his own end. Fires it around. Looking for Crew. Crew looked up for the winger, Castelletto, but he took a bump there, and the puck comes back down low. Bulmer puts it down low. Stinson intercepts. That puck gets past the pinching Rasmussen and gets by him down all the way down the ice in the minor zone. Zackel back now with Castelletto watching him. Zackel up the wing. That is chipped out of the zone by Huth. Turned over in the neutral zone. Nice transition here by the Vikes as they go back to work. Here's Pickle. Pickle looking out front. Gets out there to Laskowski. That go one-timer quick there off the skate into the corner. Because Castelletto has it. He's working hard down behind the Miners' net. Looking out front. Back down in the corner. Out to the slot to Laskowski. Rebound. Stopped there by Hatfield off the Pickle. Zackel. Zackel gets the rebound. Fires it off the glass. That gets just outside the line. Transition here now from the Vikes. Stinson. Stinson gains line. Tries a quick shot. Goes off the leg of Rasmussen. Rasmussen. Good body position there to block Stinson out and is able to get the puck out of the zone. Bounces it up. Lario's coming in on Tokic. Hot Tokic now. Gets the line. Puck's bouncing here. Here's Smith. Quick shot. That goes off a leg and wide. Battle ensues down in the corner. There's Smith now. Smith behind the net. He's got Hartley. Finds him. Hartley backhand out to the slot. Intercepted by Zackel. Good play by the defenseman. Finds Lario. Lario dumps it in, and Turner goes in on the forecheck. Lewis is bumped by Turner. Lario tries to fire it out front. That goes off the skate all the way through the minor defenseman all the way back down into their zone. Schaefer back now with Hartley watching him. Cuts back. Fires it up. Finds Lario in center. Lario just missed a big hit there from Lewis. Lario puts it out front. Couldn't find a man. Lewis now. Lewis tries to jump around Sanger. Sanger cuts him off. Sanger fires it out front. That goes off a stick and just wide of the net. Miners battling down in the corner. Pinned along the wall. Referee calling them for them to move it. Comes loose now. Here's Turner. Puck comes out in front. Picked off there by Dornan. Here's Dornan. He's watched. Maddie's all over him. Dornan goes down, and we're going to have a first penalty of the game here, and it looks like Maddie's going to end up going. The Gavin Maddie here for hooking. So we will see 11:43 here of the first period. We will see the Vikes power play for the first time. Puck comes back to Daniel. Daniel circling down the left wing wall. Setting up back to Crew. Crew at the point. Fires cross ice to Stinson. Stinson looking back for Crew. Finds him, but he wasn't able to make anything happen. Goes cross ice now looking for Daniel. Daniel circling the zone. Tries a quick shot. Stick on that by Buzzle. Here's Gordon now. Gordon's able to get it on that and fire it all the way down. Good job there of filling the lanes by the Miners, not letting anything dangerous happen. Here comes Stinson. Backhand up the wall looking for Crew. Crew with speed. He's watched. Good tight check there by Sanger. Sanger comes loose with the puck. He tries to get it out, but that's kept in at the point. Good job there by Stinson. He comes across, walks the line, fires it down low to Daniel. Daniel looking backdoor for Crew. Good stick there by the Miners penalty killers to knock it away. Strange now. Strange in the corner. Back to Crew. Crew, cross ice, Stinson back down looking for Crew. Sticked away by Sam. Sam's all over Crew. Crew puts it back to, who is that? That is Byrne. Byrne couldn't quite get control of that. It comes free to Daniel. Daniel now, watched by Christian. Daniel down low. Looking out front, goes cross crease. That's stopped off a quick shot from Crew. Miners are able to clear the zone. 28 seconds left in the power play. Clark puts that one out, leaves it there for Stinson. Puts it across to Daniel. Daniel cross center. And we've got a whistle. I believe the net is off down in Miners territory by the looks of it. So with 20 seconds to go in the power play, we've got a face-off to the right here of Hatfield. We've got Gordon facing off against Pickle. And Pickle wins that one back to Evers. Evers backhand down the wall looking for Pickle. Finds him, gives it, give and go here. Pickle, quick shot. That goes high over the net. Castellato puts it back down low to Hartley. Hartley now. Castellato. Back to Hartley. Hartley circling. Tries to pass out front, looking for Laskowski. Missed him, went all the way through. Hartley now, down low. Watched by Gordon. As the penalty is over. Good kill there from the Miners. Here's Pickle. Pickle. Watched by Gordon. Backhand down low. Intercepted by Maddie, but can't quite handle that one. Hartley finds his man. That shot's blocked. Hartley again. Rebound comes to Green. Green rips one. That goes over the blocker of Hatfield. Shot there by Josh Green. For Josh Green. It's his second goal of the year. And we are going to have a TV timeout here after that goal. So after the TV timeout, the Miners send out Davidson, Bomer, and Huth with Rasmussen and Zackel, and they'll go up against Sweeney, Smith, and Laser, Green, and Fryer. And the Vikes win that draw. Puck gets chipped high over the defenseman's head. Clark comes out to play it and fires it up while looking for Smith. Zackel keeps that one in and fires it back down low. Bomer in. Bomer bumps his man behind the net. Fryer fires it around the wall. That's kept in there at the point by Rasmussen just for a second. Puck is able to get out by the Vikes. They get it down into Miners territory and go back to work. Bumps it. Smith bumps his man down the corner, and the puck comes loose there to Sweeney. Sweeney now gets bumped off of the puck, and Miners clear the zone. That's kicked up from Green, intercepted by Rasmussen, who goes to work. Rasmussen chips it past Green, but he can't quite get control of it, and Green's able to get it and pass it up the wall to Laser. Laser bouncing puck past Chatty. Puck loose now to Lario, who fires it up ice. That's going to go back to Lewis, and he's got some time there to make a play. Fires it cross ice to Tokic. Backhand up the wall. Chatty intercepts that in the neutral zone, fires it back in. Takes a funny bounce off the stanchion. Lewis with control. He comes up the left wing wall. Crosses the center and dumps it in. Hatfield paddles that one back in the corner to Nielsen. Nielsen finds Maddie, but he loses control. Pickle. Quick shot there. Blocked away by Hatfield. Rebounds high. Comes in behind the net. Guys fall down behind there. Pickle's down. Nielsen's watching him. Puck comes free to Maddie. Maddie now looking up ice, trying to find Lario. That's caught up in the feet of Tokic and doesn't quite get all the way through. Miners chip it down, and Lewis has it in his own end. He's watched there by Turner. Puts it around the wall, intercepted by Lario. Lario tries to cycle it back down low. That's picked off there by Pickle, who brings it back down the other way. Quick shot, goes off the leg. Rebound comes to Castelletto, and he's able to find a spot just below. And that'll make it 2-0 for the Vikes. .7:26 to go. The Miners here have some work to do. Gordon beats Strange on the draw, but the puck comes free there to Daniel. Tries a quick shot, and that goes off a stick up and out of play. So we'll have another face-off down in the Miners zone here. Strange will face off here against Gordon. To the right of Hatfield. Tie-up draw. Puck's free. Sam comes in and helps out. Gets a stick on that. He's able to get it out past the blue line and down into Vikes territory. Stinson's back. Smithiter's watching him. Gordon comes in to help. Schaefer intercepts that clear in the neutral zone. Dumps it back down deep. We've got to wait for Gordon to get out as he got caught up down behind the net. Here's Stinson. Backhand pass to Strange. Misses him. Goes to Smithiter, who puts it back to Schaefer. Schaefer fires it up looking for Darius Sam, but that gets out of his reach. Crew backhand. Comes up out of the blue line, back to Schaefer. Schaefer cross ice to Smithiter. Smithiter gets the line. Tries to leave it there for Sam, but it comes off a skate. Intercepted and picked off by Stinson. Cross ice. Finds Daniel. Daniel down in the left wing corner. He's pinned off. Here's Smithiter now. Chips it across to Singer. Singer tries to go off the wall. Gets through Buzzle now. Buzzle chips it past. He goes after it on the forecheck. Crew's back. Fires it around the wall. Buzzle bumps him. Christian. Backhand there to Rasmussen. Rasmussen leaves it for Christian. Christian tries a quick pass, but that's off a leg. Comes to Hartley. Hartley tries a quick shot. That goes off a leg down the corner. Smith has it now. Smith loses control. Zackel fires it back around to Rasmussen. Rasmussen tries a loop pass. That gets through, but doesn't quite find Poncelet. Fryer now. Fryer takes a bump there from Christian, but he's able to get it out of the zone. Here comes the Vikes now, intercepted by Rasmussen. Chips it high. Glove down by Green. Fires it back down. That's going to be a delayed offside. Zackel tries a quick pass looking for Huth. That goes off a body. Icing's waved off. Huth in on the forecheck. Green comes away with it. Puts it out. He takes a big hit from Poncelet, who knocks his man down. Here's Chatty. Chatty puts it up to Zackel. Zackel chips it down. Green tries to bump him. Bomer puts it around behind the net looking for Davidson. Gets past him. Here's Davidson. Puts it out front. Chatty, quick shot. Gloved away by Clark. Rebound comes to Smith. Smith just gets the center line and dumps it in. His line mates go off for a change. Nielsen for the Miners. He loses control. Puck comes back to him. He puts it over to Bulmer, who goes cross ice, looking for Huth, but Huth's going to go off for a change. Lewis circles back, waiting for his teammates to set up. He's content to just sit there. Fires one all the way up ice, finds Evers, but Evers can't handle the pass. Here's Sweeney. Sweeney, quick shot off the skate. Oh, Miners run together there. Bulmer goes down. Matty tries to clear it, glove down by Sweeney. Sweeney back across the laser. He misses on that one-timer. Davidson chips it around his man, gets to Singer. Singer, backhand to Bulmer. Bulmer's pinched off there on the wall. Matty now. Matty comes away with it. That's has his pocket picked there by Sweeney. Puck comes free to Bulmer. Bulmer takes a bump from Laser. Puck's lost in their feet here as the Miners dig for it and are able to get it down deep. Clark paddles that into the corner. Lario now. Tries a quick shot, goes off the skate of Lewis, sorry. Cleared there off the wall, all the way down by the Vikes. Singer's back for it. Fires it all the way up to Lario. Lario has it at the far blue line. Across the line. Tries to go cross ice when that gets caught up in Stinson's pads. Over to Castellato. Back to Stinson. Quick shot. Gloved and held onto by Hatfield. 3:44 to go. Still 2-0. Fast and furious action there for a few minutes. Sam, Smitter, and Gordon come out here for this defensive zone face-off to the right of Hatfield. Pickle settles in for the draw. And it kind of goes off a skate here. Now Crew comes free. He chips it towards the net. The Vikes winger there is able to get a stick on it and get it chipped up onto Hatfield, but it was kept out. That was Pickle who was able to get his stick on it. The Pickle will settle in here against Gordon. And he wins that one back to Crew. Crew comes down the wall. Sticked away by Zackel. Puck comes free back to Crew, who's taken down in the corner by Gordon. Kept in by Laskowski. Here's Smitter now. Smitter up to Sam. Back over to Smitter. Down the wall. Quick shot out front. Looking for some traffic or a deflection, but that gets all the way through to Clark, who's able to glove it and hold on to that one. 3:19 to go here in this first period. So we got Strange versus Davidson here on this draw to the right of Clark. Miners win that one on a team draw. Davidson fires it out front, gets through and kicked away by Clark. Here's Byrne, cross center. Sanger's watching him, sticks that one to the wall. Good job there by Sanger to control his man and keep him off to the side away from the danger area. Bulmer fires it up looking for Huth. Huth, good stick work, body position there, but he can't quite get a shot. Davidson in for support. He tries to get it out front. That gets lost in the body of the defenseman. Chip past Sanger this time and out into neutral zone. Schaefer to Davidson. Chips it back down deep and they go off for a change. Clark comes out to play it. Leaves it there for Crew. Crew looking up ice. He finds Strange coming through the neutral zone. Drops it there for Byrne, who drops it again for Daniel. Daniel backhand looking for Strange. He's tied up in front by Schaefer. Miners try and clear the zone. Glove down for a second by Fryer, but Christian's able to bump it out over the line, so they got to reset. And the Vikes ice that one as they miss their pass, and it goes all the way in. And we're going to have a face-off down in Vikes territory. Miners send out their top line here with Matty Turner and Lario, Nielsen and Chatty on D. And it's a tie-up draw. Puck comes around behind the net. Byrne high off the glass. Out to the neutral zone. Chatty gloves that one down. Tries to backhand up the wall looking for Turner. He finds him. Here's Byrne intercepting that one. Byrne cuts to the middle. Tries to go back door to Daniel. Finds him, but he's not able to get his stick on that one. Kind of went off his skate and bounced up in the air, and he wasn't able to get a shot on it. Went to Hatfield, who's able to just hold on to that one. So with 2:03 to go, we're going to have another face-off here to the left of Hatfield. We'll have Smith settling in for a draw against Maddie. And Vikes come away with that one. Here's Fryer. Quick draw off a stick of Turner down the corner. Smith takes a bump from Nielsen. Puck comes free to Maddie, who makes a quick move. Finds Lario breaking out. Lario kind of stumbles, takes a bump there. Ooh, there's going to be a call on that one as Lario stuck his leg out as the Vikes player was trying to jump around him. So we're going to have a tripping call. So the Vikes will go back to the power play. The Miners were able to kill it last time. And we will see here with a minute 46 to go in the first period if they can do the same thing here again. Vikes send out their power play unit. Power play 1 by the looks of it against Gordon. Strange wins it to the wall. Crew's able to get a stick on it, puts it back to Stinson. Stinson walks the line, looking for a shot. Comes back to Crew. Crew looking backdoor for Daniel, but the Buzzle's able to get a stick on that one, deflected up and out of play. Good job there by the Miners of getting in the lanes. Looks like the Vikes are trying to go for that cross-ice backdoor play. But the Miners are doing a good job so far of filling those lanes and getting sticks in the way to make that a little bit more difficult. Strange wins that one on the forehand to the wall. Daniel has it for a second, loses control, and Schaefer pokes it down low. He's able to clear the zone, and the Vikes are going to have to reset. Stinson back in his own end. Backing up. Firing up the wall, looks for Crew. Here's Crew. Over to Strange. Strange gains the line. Drop pass there. Nobody's there, and it comes out of the line. Stinson. Watched by Buzzle. Burn. Cross ice to Daniel. Daniel tries a backhand pass, intercepted by Schaefer. Schaefer gets the net and fires it all the way down. Good job there again by the Miners. Angling guys off, taking away lanes, getting the puck when they have it, and firing it all the way down. Here's Stinson. He's looking for Daniel. Intercepted there by Christian. Burn now. Across to Hartley. Hartley. He's looking for somewhere to go. Finds Stinson. Stinson. He holds. Delays up top. Down the wall to Crew. Crew. Settles the puck down. Fires it across to Stinson. Down low to Daniel. Daniel. Stinson up top. Quick shot. That goes wide. Off the back wall to Crew. Crew gets knocked down, and we're going to have another penalty here, as I believe Leo Sanger will be going out for a trip. So with 26 seconds, or 27 seconds, I guess you could say, left in the first period, the Vikes are going to have a 5-on-3 power play for a minute 19. Pickle wins that one to the wall. Rasmussen's able to step through and get the puck. He can't quite get away, but he's able to get it over the line, so they got to reset. Here's Gordon now. Gordon takes some time, fires it all the way down. Good job there from the Miners. Here's Evers up looking for Laskowski. He can't handle it, and Rasmussen's there to fire it right back down. Good job here to start this 5-on-3, as I think they're just going to be as content to hold and wait for the buzzer, and they are. So at the end of the first period, we've got a score of 2-0. And the Vikes will have 14 seconds left of 5-on-3 power play time to work with when we come back for the second period. So we will see you then. Welcome back, hockey fans. We're back here for the second period with the Vikes leading the Miners 2-0. The shots in that period were 10 for UVic and 3 for the Miners. UVic will start off with a 14-second 5-on-3 power play here to start the second period. And we will see how this turns out. Big 14 seconds here to start off the second period for the Miners. If they can hold off on that, then they may just have a chance to get out of this. Referees need to get the gate down at the far end, and then we will settle in here for period number 2. Vikes start off with power play 1, and the Miners counter with their PK 1. Gordon kind of ties up on the draw. Puck comes free here to Crew. Crew carries it through the neutral zone. Backhand cross goes to Daniel. Daniel back across to Stinson. Back up top to Crew. Crew. Daniel. Stinson. Quick shot. Saved there by Hatfield. Good job. Good coverage there by the goalie to read that cross ice pass. And now it's a 5-on-4 as Lario comes out of the box. Strange. He's pinned along the wall by Rasmussen. Puck comes free. Zackel chips it by. Lario's able to get it past Crew all the way down. He goes after it. Daniel and Lario racing for the puck. Lario gets it down behind the Vikes net. He takes a bump there from 2 Vikes players. Now they come out with it. Byrne backhand up to Strange. Cross the line, but that Daniel was just offside here on the near side. So 49 seconds here to go in the 5-on-4. And we will have a face-off in the neutral zone. Pickle against. And Vikes win it. Evers has it now. Back behind his own net. Evers circling, looking up ice. Takes what's there. Leaves it along the wall for Castelletto. Castelletto dumps it in. Schaefer's there. Fires it around. Intercepted on the wall there by Pickle. Evers backhands it back down low. Intercepted by Schaefer. Good job of jumping in front of his man. Getting control of that puck and sending it all the way down. Clark. Clark puts it over to Pickle. Pickle circling, picking up speed out of his zone. Makes a move around Sam. Pickle through the neutral zone, gains the blue line. Watched there by Nielsen. Knocks him off stride. Puck comes loose, fired around the wall to Castelletto, puts it back down to Pickle. Bouncing puck. Big pad by Hatfield. Evers now, and the penalty's over. Teams are back to even strength. Evers out front. Puck's loose behind the net. Schaefer knocks his man down, comes free with it. Sanger now. Sanger's taken down. No penalty on that one. Puck comes across to Lewis. Lewis tries to fire it on net. He kind of fans on that one. Comes back to him. Shot goes wide. Hartley's bumped now. Puck comes free to Lewis. Lewis down low to Castelletto. Looking for Hartley. Knocked away by Sanger. Sanger now. Fires it cross ice looking for Sam. Gets all the way down onto Clark, who covers it up with Sam right there spraying snow all over the place and creating a face-off down in Vikes' territory. The Miners are able to kill that one off, and which is a good thing, and they get back to work here and hopefully cut this lead in half. Here's Davidson. And Vikes win that draw. Strange wins it back to Tokic, who leaves it there for Lewis, fires it up looking for Daniel. Let's chip in all the way around the net. Rasmussen picks it up for the Miners, puts it up the wall looking for Bomer. Bomer. Toe drag. Backhand. That goes just wide as he's knocked down looking for a nice little power move. Now we're going to get a penalty here. Referee's got his hand up, holding on someone. Looks like Lewis. It's like Lewis for holding. So the Miners will go to their first power play, looking to cut this lead in half, trying to get some offense going. No, we're trying to figure out here. For some reason, this face-off's at center. When Bulmer settles in, he loses that draw to Sweeney. Green's able to get control of that puck and fire it deep into Miners territory. Huth comes back for it. Leaves it there for Rasmussen. He had pressure on him, had to make a quick move there. Tries to fire it up, goes off the stick of Evers. Gordon tried to chip it through. Huth now. Huth takes a bump. Clark fires it around. Kept in by Huth. Back to Rasmussen. Quick shot. That gets through. Pad save there by Clark. Rebound in the corner. Bulmer, Rasmussen, quick shot, blocked away by Clark. Davidson coming in, but he can't quite get there. Puck's cleared by the Vikes all the way down to Hatfield. Hatfield plays the puck around the net. Nobody there except for Daniel. Daniel out of the corner. Tries to put it out front, but that's knocked away by Huth. Here comes Huth. Up through the neutral zone. Strange watching him. Back across, finds Gordon. Well, that's Maddie. Maddie, quick shot, scores! Minor. That will cut the lead in half on a power play goal by Gavin Maddie. So it's 16:33 here to go. The Vikes lead is now 2-1. That's Maddie's 5th goal of the year. Vikes win the drawback, and Cruz able to dump that down into Meyer's zone. Hatfield comes up to play it, leaves it for Singer. Singer up the wall looking for Lario. Lario through the neutral zone, flicks it in. Clark comes out to play that, backhands that over to the wall to Stinson, who takes a bump there for his troubles. Schaefer in the neutral zone, fires it back down, and we have a whistle here. I am not totally sure what the whistle was for, but we're going to have a face-off here just outside of Vike's zone, right in front of the Miners bench. Maybe it hit someone here or something. We've got Maddie on the draw against Sweeney. Puck comes to the wall. Lario fires it down, and that goes a little high and over the net and out of play. Now we have another face-off here. Pickle and Maddie on the draw here. Puck comes free. Laskowski jumps through and picks it up and dumps it deep. Singer goes back for it, watched by Laskowski. Singer, leaves it there behind his net. Schaefer comes in for support, fires it up the wing. That's kept in by Stinson. He takes a bump there from Maddie. Lario chips it past. Turner's now on it. Puck comes through some feet and out of the zone. Stinson through the neutral zone. Tries to go wide. Gets it down low. He makes a big hit there on Schaefer. Miners are able to clear it, but that hits the roof, so we're going to have a stoppage. We'll have a face-off down in the Miners zone to the left of Connor Hatfield. We'll have Davidson against Smith. Tie-up draw. The Vikes winger comes in and helps out, and they're able to get control of that down behind the net. Huth now. Huth tries a backhand pass, but he kind of fanned on it. Comes free. Shot goes wide of the net by the Vikes. Tokic pinches down. Takes a bump along the wall. Here's Nielsen. Finds Huth. Huth's able to get it out. He takes a bump at the line. Bulmer's in, looking to pressure Tokic. Bulmer gives Tokic a little shot there. He goes down. Puck goes free down into the Vikes zone. Lewis up to Hartley. Hartley tips it in, takes a bump there from Nielsen. Now Lewis comes in and knocks him down, and Huth comes in and knocks Lewis down. We're going to look like we're going to have a penalty here, at least one. It's like Lewis and Huth are both going to go. There's some coincidental penalties, and we'll be 5-on-5. Game's getting a little bit of fire to it. That's good to see. Tie-up draw here. Miners are able to get stuck on that and put it back to Zackel. Zackel fires it up, gets off the stick of Sam, in on the goalie. Clark just holds onto that as Gordon was coming in hot. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Eric Clark here. We got Sweeney on a defensive zone draw, and he wins it to the wall. Miners get the loose puck. Rasmussen puts it down low. Smittiter has that one, fires it out front, but it gets through to Laser. Laser across to Evers. Evers and Laser. He gets through. He's hauled down. I don't think we're going to have any penalties on that play as he was knocked down on his way through. Rasmussen did a good job of getting in his way there had he lost his stick. Here's Zackel now. Zackel gains the line. He's angled off, puts it out front. Just missed Smittiter in the slot there. Puck comes all the way across to Byrne through the neutral zone. And Sweeney jumps forward offside, and he knocks Schaefer down on his way through, and they're having a couple words down in front of the Miner goalie. We'll have a face-off here in front of the Vikes bench. Maddie and Strange. And Strange wins that one back to Stinson. Fires it cross ice to Crew. Crew gets the line. He's angled away. Daniel gets the loose puck and puts it down deep. Loose puck there and knocked away by Sanger. And Maddie comes in for support and skates it out of the zone. Maddie with speed through the neutral zone. He's got two with him. Comes wide down the wall. Looks for Lario. Finds him. Lario tries to go up front. Gets all the way through. Missed Turner. Gets the net. Turner tries a quick wraparound. Puck's loose to Lario. And we've got the net off. So we'll have a stoppage here with 13:50 to go in the second period. Score still 2-1 Vikes. Refs settle in and get that net reset. And the draw comes to the Vikes side. Here's Crew. He has that knocked away. Lario tries a quick pass out front. Almost gets to Maddie, but not quite. There's a free puck. Turner gets a quick shot. Backhanded out, kept in by Schaefer. Schaefer, quick shot. Blocked in front by Strange. Kept in at the line again by Schaefer. Down the wall to Lario. Lario looking for Maddie out front. Comes all the way across to Sanger. Sanger at the line. Puts it down low, looking for Turner. Turner puts it around the net to Lario. Lario tries a quick shot. Blocked by Stinson. Rebound. That's chopped up high. Doesn't get through to the net. Here's Stinson now. He tries a high looping pass. That's gloved down in the neutral zone by Schaefer. Schaefer can't quite handle it as Strange is able to poke it through his feet. Buzzle bumps his man Crew. Sanger chips it past Strange, gets to Lario, fires it back down on the backhand. Miners are going to change up here as Clark comes out to play it to Crew. Crew looks up ice, tries a long stretch pass, intercepted there by Sanger. Sanger has to wait for his man to come out of the zone as we're on a delayed offside. And he doesn't quite get all the way changed up here. Now we're getting Crew come out of the zone. Crew across the center line, dumps it in. Nielsen goes up the wall looking for Poncelet. That bounces past him, but gets through the defenseman out into neutral zone. Tokic circles back, leaves it there for Pickle. Pickle up the wall to Castellato. Castellato dumps it down past Nielsen. Laskowski's in for it, and Sanger is able to steal that one away from him. Fires it around the wall. Poncelet chips it up to Christian. Christian watching his man as he dumps it back down deep. Here's Sanger now. Sanger back up the wall. Intercepted by Castellato. He's knocked down by Sanger. Poncelet cuts around his man. Nice little move there as the guy took a run at him. We sidestepped him. Quick bouncing puck there. Tries to get back out front. Tokic looked like he was a little bit slow getting up after he tried to hit Poncelet, but he stepped out of his way. Now we got Poncelet and Pickle pushing and shoving down in behind the play here. Miners looking to get the puck out of the zone. Cycling it around there is the Vikes. Puck comes loose behind the net. Zachel's chasing it. He tries to chip it by his man, but it's caught up in some feet. Loose puck now comes to Sam. Sam can't quite get it out, but now it gets through to Hartley. Hartley puts it over to Dornan. Dornan loses the handle on it. Miners breakout. Here's Sam. Sam going wide around Crew. Circles back. Looking cross ice for Smithiter. Smithiter has the puck now. On the backhand. Tries to pass it up front looking for Gordon, but it's intercepted. Knocked in the corner to Hartley. Hartley goes cross ice. Bouncing puck there. Green watching Gordon. Smith chips it to Dornan. Dornan looking cross ice for Crew. Rasmussen jumps his man and gets in on the angle. Green backhand to Crew. Crew looking up ice. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Zackel. Fires a right bound down low. Bomer in on the forecheck. Backhanded around the net by Green to Crew. Crew, he's been out there for a while. Fires it up the wall to Dornan. Dornan chips it, but that's going to be an icing as he's on the wrong side of center. So this tired group of the Vikes is going to be stuck out there for a little while. And the defensive zone here with 10:32 to go. Looks like Smithiter's coming off. So some problems with his helmet. Davidson settles in for the face-off against Smith. Tie-up draw, comes free to the point to Chatty, keeps it in, gets a shot through. Off a foot, bounces over the net. Davidson in behind the net. Fires it up to Chatty. Chatty back down low into the corner to Bomer. Bomer out front looking for Davidson. Crew had gotten a stick on that and deflected it right back down in the corner. Here's Chatty. Quick shot. That gets through, but Clark's able to see that one. He gloves and holds on. This tired Vikes crew can get off the ice for a change. Davidson here is going to settle in for a face-off against Sweeney. He wins it. But Laser jumped through off the wing, got control of it, fires it across to Evers. Evers down deep. Takes a bump there from Nielsen. Evers bumps his man. Chatty backhand around the wall, finds Bomer. Bomer dumps it in. Tokic tries to slow him down. Puckins chipped around Lewis. Bomer has it. Puts it back to the point to Sanger. Sanger tries to put it back down low to Bomer. Lario comes in to help. Chip back out and gets past Sanger and out into the neutral zone to Schaefer. Schaefer back up the wall looking for Lario. Gets past him. Clark's got to come out and play that one as Turner beat his man, was going to beat out the icing. Lewis finds Byrne. Byrne tries a quick one-touch pass to Evers. Intercepted by Schaefer. Schaefer, nice little escape move there behind the net. Puts it up the wall. Tipped by Turner up to Lario. Fired back down here by the Vikes. Here's Schaefer. Round the net to Sanger. Sanger looking up ice for Lario. It's intercepted by Lewis. He puts it right back down into Miners territory. Here's Schaefer. Schaefer waiting to set something up. Skating out now. Chips it off the wall, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. Miners needed to move around and give him a little bit of something to work with there. He kind of just had to skate it out himself and had nowhere to go with it. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Hatfield here. We're going to do a TV timeout here. The Vikes bench isn't looking too happy about it as it's on an icing, which I kind of agree with them with. Quick out-of-town scoreboard here while we're waiting. In the other game in the BCIHL, VIU is currently leading SFU 3-0. At the Bill Copeland Arena. Currently in the tail end of the second period. That'll do it on this TV timeout. And we'll go back to the face-off, the regularly scheduled face-off. Strange and Maddie on this face-off here. And it's kind of a tie-up draw that bounces through, and that comes just out of the line. Daniel wasn't able to hold on to that one. Lario now. Lario through the neutral zone. Watched by the Vikes, try to one-hand it around Strange, but that was knocked off to the wall. Schaefer now. Cross ice to Sanger. Turner gets the line and dumps it in. Lario goes in on the forecheck. Clark comes out to play it, leaves it for Crew. Crew backhand around the wall to Daniel. Daniel out the middle, back to Crew. Crew's looking for his man up the front, but Sanger picks it off. Now he's got his pocket picked by Crew. Maddie puts it back up into traffic. The Miners dump that down into Vikes territory, and Stinson's back to pick it up. Fires a hard pass all the way up, and that's tipped by Daniel way up in the neutral zone, so icing is waved off, and Rasmussen has it. Backhand behind his net to Smithiter. Smithiter up the wall to Maddie. Maddie off the wall looking for Sam. Finds him, but he can't quite handle the pass and get away. Here's Crew. Little move on Sam. Gets across the center line into the zone. Leaves it there for Byrne. Tries a cross-ice pass, intercepted by the Miners. Left for Rasmussen. Up to Smithiter. Smithiter, he takes a hook there from Castellato. Loses control. Rasmussen in on help, on support. Backhand down low, looking for Sam. Can't quite get it. Crew takes a bump there from Gordon. He's pinned along the wall. Puck stuck in feet there. Sam comes in to help. He's poking away, and Gordon comes away with it. Tries a quick shot from the far side. Hits the post on the sidewall. Up to Chatty at the point. Backhand back down low. Puck gets pumped past Sam by Stinson to Crew. Fires it up the wall. Zacco goes down in a pad stack move there to keep that puck in. Goes off of him into the penalty box, and we'll have a stoppage. Old 90s goalie move there by Talon Zacco to try and keep that puck from going all the way down. Puck comes loose to Nielsen. Nielsen loses the handle to Castellato. He tries to put it out front, looking for Pickle. Goes past him into the corner. Pickle takes a bump down there from Chatty. Puck comes up the wall. Christian bumps his man, knocks him down. Green. Here's Christian now. Christian and Poncelet. Christian takes it wide. Shoots, scores! There, Christian. Nice shot there. Good hard work. And that is his first BCIHL goal. Big one there from Eric Christian. Beats Clark low to the blocker side. And a hard-working shift to get it out. Now we have a tie game. 2-2 with 6:37 to go. Davidson wins that one. Bomer comes in to help and puts it back to Schaefer. Singer now. Singer. Backhand up to Bomer. Bomer through the neutral zone. Poked away by Smith. Sent all the way back down by the Vikes, and that's going to be an icing. So we're going to have an icing here down in Vikes territory. Davidson wins that one, but it's hung up in some feet. Huth comes in to help. Back to Sanger, who dumps it back down in the corner. Tokic is there, watched by Bomer. Bomer gets good body position and gets puck control. Looks for Huth out in the slot. Huth gets it. Power fires it on net. Pad save there by Clark. Puck's loose behind the net. Comes to Tokic, who puts it up the wall there to Hartley. Hartley fires it up to Dornan. Dornan. Back to Hartley. Quick shot from a sharp angle, and Hatfield staves that one. Rebound comes to Davidson, who puts it back behind the net there to Sanger. Sanger has Bomer up top, finds him in the neutral zone. Gets the line and dumps it in. He's going to go off for a change. Clark comes out, leaves that one for Lewis. Lewis looking for Dornan, intercepted by Turner. Turner turns it over. Here's a loose puck to Maddie. Maddie comes in, makes a move. Backhand just wide. Good chance there for the Miners. Here's Maddie cutting across the middle. Quick shot hits a body. Rasmussen just wide. Here's Hartley now on the rebound. Hartley comes out through the neutral zone. Gets the line. He's all by himself. Angled off by Zackel. Rasmussen comes in for support, picks that puck up. Tries to put it up the wall to Turner, but it kind of goes off the end of his stick. Back down now, Hartley. Hartley's watched by Rasmussen. Zackel picks his pocket. Hartley now falls. Loose puck to Stinson up high. Shot through traffic, goes just wide. Hartley tries to put it out front, goes off the side of the net. Comes to Sweeney. Maddie has that poked away. Puck's bouncing around down low. Laser puts it back to Crew. Crew poked away by Turner. Turner's knocked down by Crew. Maddie's there trying to poke it away. He's bumped by Sweeney. Puck's loose. Fired down low by Crew. Rasmussen watched by Evers. Evers bumps him in the corner. Comes around. Loose puck in the slot. Laser shoots. Puck's loose. Sweeney dives in behind Hatfield and he pokes that one in. So that goal there, the third one for the Vikes, was scored by Tom Sweeney. That's his third of the year. To make it 3-2 Vikes with 4:25 here to go. Hatfield had made that save, but wasn't quite able to squeeze it and hold on to it, and it was laying there behind him, and nobody was able to get it other than a diving Sweeney to poke that one across the line. Miners get control of that and push it forward. Here's Sam. Sam loses that and gets out over the blue line. Here's Stinson firing it up ice. Intercepted there by Schaefer, who jumps up. Schaefer down the wall. Tries to put it out to the slot there, but he misses his target. Comes through the neutral zone to Gordon, who puts it back down low to and Stinson picks it up. Fires it up looking for Daniel. Intercepted there by Schaefer. Schaefer backhands it back down low, and Clark comes out to play it. Leaves it there for Crew. Crew fires it off the glass. Knocked down by Schaefer, who puts it right back down in. That goes off the stick and goes up and out of play, and we're going to have a stoppage and a face-off. With 3:51 to go, Vikes lead 3-2. Face-off in the neutral zone. Gordon loses that draw to Strange. Here's Crew. Tries to go cross ice to Stinson, intercepted by Smithiter. Smithiter tries to go cross ice there to Sam, but is stick by Crew. Loose puck in the slot. Can't quite get his stick on it, and Daniel comes away with it. Daniel gets the line, leaves it there for Byrne. Burns bumped by Smithiter. Crew with the puck, fires across to Stinson. Quick shot through traffic, and that's gloved and held onto there by Hatfield. 3:27 to go. Schaefer and Sweeney are having a chat again, continuing on with the conversation they had earlier. Here's Davidson now. Sweeney wins that one. Evers comes through. Huth jumps past his man, fires it across to Bomer. Bomer gets it down low. Green back with the puck now. Green circles, puts it back up the wall, looking for the winger. Laser comes away with it, gets the line and dumps it in. Nielsen's back for it. Sweeney watching him. Nielsen takes a bump. Puck comes free to Fryer at the point. He walks in. Poked away there by Nielsen. Turnover and transition by the Miners. Here's Huth. Huth, three of them. Fires it across. Davidson gets a touch on it. Pad into the corner. Green comes away with the rebound. Green through the neutral zone. Gets wide and dumps it in. Watched there by Chatty. Chatty bumps his man. And we got a whistle from the linesman. So we're looking at offside, I guess. We got Maddie taking this face-off here in front of the Vikes bench against Pickle. Pickle ties up and wins that one, but the Miners step through and get the puck and fire it down deep. Lewis comes back for it. Puts it out to the middle to Pickle. Backhand up the wall to Daniel, who takes a bump from Schaefer, but gets it down low to Pickle. Pickle takes a bump there from Schaefer, sorry. Schaefer chips it out. Here's Maddie. Maddie and Lario. Makes a nice little move. Tries to cut back. Slowed down there by Lewis, but he's able to poke it free to Lario. Lario tries a quick shot from a sharp angle. That goes off a stick, up and out of play. So 2:13 here to go in the second period. Face-off will be to the left of Clark. Schmidt comes out to join Lario and Maddie here on this offensive zone draw. Maddie wins that one back. Schaefer, quick shot. That gets through. Clark gloves that one and holds on. Good job by Schaefer getting that puck all the way through. And change on the D here. Rasmussen and Zackel are coming out. Win that draw, win it real clean off the wall and gets past the defenseman. Rasmussen leaves it for Zackel. Up to Maddie. Maddie makes a move. He has that poked away from him by Laskowski. It comes free to Zackel, who dumps it back down low. Here's Lewis. Backhand leaves it there for Tokic. Intercepted by Schmidt, but he can't handle that one, and it's picked off. Chipped out. Glove down by Rasmussen. Chipped by the Vikes past Buzzle down into minor territory. Here's Zackel. Ooh, Pickle comes through, takes out Buzzle and Hatfield. Rasmussen now, he's got Hartley all over him. Free puck from Laskowski. He tries a wraparound, and Hatfield was not ready for it after being taken out. Hatfield was still getting reset after being taken out there. And Laskowski read that one, was able to put the wraparound right through his feet for a 4-2 Vikes lead. Good heads-up play there by Laskowski to read that he wasn't ready and scored his 4th of the year. Here's Chatty. Chatty falls. Chips it back to the wall to Davidson, who gets it out into the neutral zone. Stinson reads that, fires it back over to the side wall, and Cruz there to pick it up. Chip it up, looking for Smith. Gets through to Castellato, and he dumps it down deep. Nielsen fires it around, chipped out by Huth. Stinson reads that one and picks it up in the neutral zone and puts it right back down into the Myers end. Nielsen battling down low with Hartley. Hartley's got it. Peels off, comes up the wall. Huth he misses that one. Crew pinches down. Good support there by Davidson. Came up the wall and poked that one out of the zone. So the Vikes have to reset. Stinson tries to stretch it out for Castellato, but it goes just over his stick all the way down for icing. So 31.6 seconds to go in the second period. We're going to have a face-off down in Vikes territory, with the Miners looking to get back on the board again. Maddie wins that one, but Hartley jumps through on the draw. Oh, and we're going to get a penalty here. Tripping call to Turner. So this will be the Vikes' 4th power play of the night. So 27.5 here to go in the second period. The Vikes head to the power play. Vikes win that one back to the point. Here's Crew. Crew setting it up. Puts it down on the wall to Daniel. Quick shot. Blocked by Singer. Puck comes back up top to Crew. Crew down the wall. Up top to Daniel. Far side there to Pickle. Tries a quick shot out front. He was looking for Byrne. Looking for Byrne. Goes off his skate into Hatfield, and he just covers up. 4.6 seconds here to go in the second period. Vikes win the draw. Crew. Big shot blocked there by Gordon. Rebound came across to Pickle. Quick shot after the buzzer by Strange, and the Miners don't like that one, as Strange fired it into the net after the buzzer had gone. Two teams are having words here. They're really talking this out. Not a lot of pushing, but they're discussing options on what to do next. Okay, looks like everything's settled down here. So with a minute 33 left on the power play, we go to the second intermission, and we will see what happens here in the third. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome back to the Logan Lake Rec Center, where we have the third period starting. We got the Vikes currently leading the Miners 3-2. The shots in that second period were 11 for the Miners and 7 for the Vikes, for a two-period total of 14 for the Miners and 17 for the Vikes. The Vikes will start the third period with a 1 minute and 33 second power play. And we will be getting going here shortly as we have the refs talking to both coaches to settle out something. I'm not sure what, but so we'll have Strange facing off against Gordon here to start this third period. Wins it back to Crew. Crew circles back and set up behind his own net. Puck sticks in the water there. There he goes, out of the zone. Up the right wing wall looking for Daniel. Goes off of his stick out into the neutral zone to Crew. Cross ice now here to Pickle. Pickle fires it back up ice into the neutral zone looking for Daniel. Buzzle intercepted that one, but fanned on the clearing attempt. Stick lift there by Schaefer. Puck comes loose to Byrne. Fires it over to Daniel. Cross ice to Pickle. Pickle tries a quick shot. That goes wide of the net. And comes all the way out of the zone. Crew circles back. Finds Pickle. Pickle goes in wide around Sanger. Sanger pokes it back. Puck goes all the way back around here to Crew. Crew, quick shot there from the point. Hatfield keeps his eyes on that one and gloves it down for a whistle. We have 33 seconds to go here in the power play. Vikes get control off the faceoff. There's Evers. Evers leaves it there for Stinson. Quick shot from the top that hits a body in front. Schaefer is able to clear that one all the way down. Clark comes out to play and he fires that up ice. He's looking for Lukowski, and Lukowski's able to put that one back down into minor zone. Schaefer's back and he rips it around. Castelletto picks it off on the wall, puts it back down low. Puck comes out front. Gets fired all the way back down by the Miners, and that's going to do it for the power play. Stinson now puts it up to Castelletto. Castelletto loses control right at the blue line. Puck comes up now to Lario. Lario on the right wing wall, watched by Stinson. He pins him off. Maddie's in on support. Hartley has it and puts it up, intercepted by Rasmussen, down to Maddie. Maddie backhand out looking for Lario. Puck gets fired towards the net, but it goes behind it. Here's Turner. Turner in the corner, looking out front for Lario. That goes off a stick, up and out of play. Well, the face-off here to the left of Clark. Maddie settles in to take this face-off here against Pickle. Pickle wins that one clean, goes high off the glass. Tokic comes at, leaves it there for Lewis. Byrne comes in to support his D-man and leaves it for Tokic. Gets up to Pickle. Pickle gets the line and dumps it back down low. Puck comes loose to Lewis, takes a hard shot there from the point, gets through traffic, but Hatfield's able to fight through that maze of bodies and hold on to the puck. We'll have face off here to the right of Hatfield. Davidson against Pickle here. And up. Puck was bouncing on the draw. Daniel fires it down low. Here's Pickle. Backhand looking for Daniel. Misses him, goes to the far wall. Back to Pickle in the high slot. Off the skate of Davidson. Turned over, and here's Bomer. Bomer wide around Tokic. Quick shot. That's stopped by Clark. Tokic takes the rebound and skates up ice. Through the neutral zone. Leaves it there for Byrne. Cross ice looking for Daniel. Picked off by Bomer. Rasmussen comes in support. He's skating up ice. Gets the line. Fires across looking for Huth. Huth's taken down on his driving to the net there. No call. Puck comes through to the neutral zone. Here's Pickle. Pickle now. He's knocked down by Huth. Another man falls down there. I think that was Bomer. Puck's in the bodies there and comes to Zackel. Zackel's 2-on-1 with Bomer. Over to Bomer. Back to Zackel. Scores! Good passing play there. Nice goal. The 16:41 to go. We're 4-3 here. That is Zackel's third of the year. Sweeney on the draw against Gordon. Miners get control, but Evers jumps through and he tries to poke the puck free, and the ref's going to call a late penalty there. That is a pretty soft call here by the official. Rasmussen's going off for hooking. And the Vikes go back to the power play for the fifth time. Gordon and Castelletto. Gordon wins that one. Wingers come in to help. Singer clears that one, but it goes a little high, goes out of play, so we're going to have to do that face-off all over again. Again, Castelletto and Gordon. Gordon wins that one in the corner, but bumps off a skate. Comes out to Stinson. Stinson tries to go down low to Evers, and Buzzell gets a stick on that one. Hartley has it behind the net. Man goes down here, and the referee blows his whistle. Laskowski was knocked down. I didn't see quite what happened, but we have a stoppage here. Toss-up draw, and Hartley comes in and pokes the puck clean. Castelletto has in for support. He circles back. Tries to find the man up top, gets Stinson. Stinson cries a quick shot. That gets through. Hatfield blockers it away. Puck comes free out the other side. Schaefer backhands it off the glass, and Buzzell's able to clear it all the way down. The Miners go for a change. Clark comes out to play it. He leaves it behind the net for Stinson. Stinson skating up ice. With speed through the neutral zone into the minor zone. Tries a quick little backhand forehand move, but he can't quite get the shot away. Evers. Strange. Back to Evers. Up top to Stinson. Stinson down the right wall. Tries to go back door there to Byrne, but that's picked off by Schaefer. Schaefer fires that one down deep. Good job of killing a little bit of time before he sent it down. Clark leaves it there for Evers. Stinson comes around and picks it up from him. Up through the neutral zone. Cross to Byrne. Byrne, quick shot. Blocked away by Hatfield. Over to the corner. Byrne puts it back down low. Comes through to Strange. Quick pass out front. Sticked away. He was looking for Stinson. Back out front again. Poked away by Zackel. Here's Sam. Sam, he's got two with him. Puts it across to back in front. Oh, Sam had a good chance, but Clark was able to squeeze those pads together and keep it out. Miners somehow had a 3-on-1 there on the penalty kill. but Clark was able to hold the fort. Davidson's going to try and win this draw here for the Miners up against Sweeney. And he does. Bomer comes in to help, turns and tries a quick shot. It goes weakly in towards Clark as he had hit a stick on the way through. 12 seconds remain in the power play. And Vikes come away with control off that draw. Crew puts it up the wall to Tokic. Tokic gets the line, tries a quick shot. Good stick there by Zackel to deflect that one up into the netting. And we're going to have another face-off here with 3 seconds to go in the power play. Sweeney puts that one to the wall, comes back to Crew. Crew comes down the left wing side. Backhand out front, sticked away by Chatty. Tokic is able to keep it in, puts it down low. Laser spins off a check from Chatty. Backhand up top to Smith. Smith, backhand up top to Tokic. Tokic cuts across, pass to Crew, rips one wide of the net. That's going to come all the way back down into the Vikes zone. Good one-timer by Crew, but he missed the mark, and it came all the way back down into his own zone. Here's Smith. Watched by Davidson, finds Crew. Crew, stretch pass, looking for Laser, but he can't handle that pass, and it bounces off his stick and goes all the way down to Hatfield. .14 minutes to go, 4-3 Vikes. Strange settles in, trying to win this draw. Comes loose to the feet, pops out to Laskoski, and he tries a quick shot, but that hits a leg. Comes out of the zone. Here's Crew. Crew through the middle, gains the line, goes wide, tries a quick shot, block, paddled away, comes to Strange on the sidewall. All the way out to Bomer. Bomer tries to put it back out front to Davidson, but intercepted by Hartley. Chipped up the wall, gets past Singer. Singer has that poked away from him by Laskoski. Leaves it for Hartley. Hartley tries to pass out front, finds Crew on the wall. Crew takes a quick shot, and that's gloved by Hatfield and held on to. So with 13:25 to go, we'll have another face-off down in minor zone. Maddie settles in for the face-off against Pickle. Vikes get control. Evers puts it across the green. Green tries a quick shot, but that goes wide of the net. Comes around to the near side. Fryer keeps it in, but takes a bump from Turner. Puts it down low to Byrne. Byrne has that stolen by Maddie. Puts it around looking for Lario, who fires it up the wall. Rasmussen speeding up to get that one, but he has it poked away from him by Evers. Turner's there, battling along the wall. Puck comes free. Here's Zackel. Zackel across center line, gets the zone. Drops it there for Maddie. Maddie cuts to the middle. Tries a quick little move. It's poked away by Pickle. Puck's kept in from the Miners temporarily. It bounces now over the line to Turner. Maddie off his skate to Lario, and he's just offside. So the face-off here in the neutral zone. Miners change their lines here. We'll have Gordon settling for the draw against Strange. And I'd say it was a toss-up draw, but the Miners get control and get it into Vikes territory. We fired around the wall. Here's Green putting it up to Strange. Strange up to Daniel. Daniel around the wall. Cuts to the middle. Tries a backhand. That's stopped by the pad of Hatfield. The rebound's cleared and given up to Sam. Sam gets the line. Back to Schmideter. Schmideter cuts to the net. He scores! Schmideter tucks that one through the 5-hole. Nice little outside-inside move from Schmideter. That's Smitheder's 4th goal of the season to tie this game at 4. So with 12:15 to go, we got a brand new hockey game. Good hard work there from Sam to get that puck out of the zone and get that one over to Smitheder to give him the opportunity. Here's Chatty. Chatty back across ice to Nielsen. Nielsen back up the wing to Bomer. Fires it down deep, and Huth goes in on the forecheck. Huth's in deep. He pokes that around the wall. Comes all the way across to Laser. Laser has stick lifted there by Davidson. Davidson has it now. He's looking for Huth. He can't, almost gets that one through, but Stinson gets a foot on it. He's got Bomer all over him. Here's the loose puck, comes to Davidson. Leaves it for Bomer. Bomer takes a bump, puts the puck back down low. Davidson leaves it there for Huth. Good work down in the corners here by this line. The puck slides out to Sweeney, who fires it across to Evers. Nielsen's there to poke that one away and back in his own end. He cuts back, tries to go up the wall, finds Christian. Christian backhand out of the zone. Crew picks that one up, and it looks like the Vikes now will be heading to the box, and the Miners will be going to the power play. Currently, the Miners are 1 for 1 on the power play, so we will see if they can pop another one here. Maddie here against Sweeney on the faceoff. And the puck's in feet. And Smith comes in and he's able to get a stick on that and fire it all the way down to relieve the pressure. Hatfield leaves it there for Zackel. Zackel sets up. Lario up the wing. Goes wide around Sweeney. Lario jumps it in and goes all the way into Clark. Clark covers up. Lario comes to the net and Crew gives him a shot. Smitheder comes in to help out. He's bumped by Tokic. Everything kind of settles down here, and we're going to have another face-off to the right of Clark. Smitheder wins that one clean, but the referee blows the whistle as the wingers on the far side were encroaching in on the face-off. So we'll try this one again. And Schmitter wins it back. Maddie tries a fake shot, puts it across to Zackel. Zackel tried to go back to him, but kind of fanned on the pass. Here's Maddie. Through the neutral zone. Nice little move there. Tries a backhand pass in front to Turner. Kept in there by Zackel. Down low to Maddie. Up top, looking for Lario, but his stick breaks on the pass. Kicks it back for Zackel. Watched there by Strange. Here's Zackel now, waiting for teammates to set up as they go off for a change. Finds Rasmussen breaking in. Rasmussen down the right wing. Dumps it in. Gordon in on the forecheck. Puck's underneath him. Comes free to Davidson, who fires it around the boards. Here's Huth. Back to the point to Rasmussen. Quick shot. Tipped by Gordon. Saved there by Clark. Bomer back to Davidson. Up top to Rasmussen. Quick shot by Rasmussen just over the blocker of Clark. And that's dumped all the way down by the Vikes. Hatfield comes out to play this one. Leaves it there for his defenseman. Here's Rasmussen. Waiting for his teammates to set up the breakout. Fires cross ice to Davidson. Quick little backhand up to Gordon. Gordon for Sam. Sam. Ooh, and there's the late whistle for an offside. Just as Sam was about to rip it, they blew it down for the offside. 18 minutes to go here in the power play. And we'll have a face-off here in the neutral zone. Maddie wins that one back to Zackel. Puts it across to Lario. Lario gets the line with his new stick. Finds Turner. Drop to Maddie. Scores! Nice power play goal there from Maddie. Maddie from Lario and Turner. That'll be Maddie's 6th of the year and his 2nd on the power play. And the Miners are now ahead 5-4. And the puck comes free. The Miners get control. Lario tries to poke it through Crew's feet. He falls. Quick shot there. Kicked away by Clark. Sweeney up the wall. Fired down in front. Here's Turner. He tries a quick shot. That goes wide. Lario puts it down low. Stinson picks that one off. Goes cross ice to Crew. He's angled off. Here's Schaefer. Gets the puck to Lario. Lario gets the line. He's got Castellato watching him. Pushes him off the puck, and Byrne picks it up. Byrne has that kicked away from him by Gordon, who gets it back down deep. Pickle puts it back behind the net, looking for Crew. Picked off by Lario, who tries to put it out front to Sam. Sam back up top, looking for Schaefer. Quick shot. That's blocked by Castellato. Schaefer finds the lane and puts it down deep in the corner, and Stinson fires it up to Castellato, looking for that stretch pass. Byrne alone in front. Hatfield's able to get a blocker on that one, and he holds on to it. Quick little momentum turn here from the Miners, and they've flipped this game on its head here. And we're going to go into a TV timeout. In the out-of-town scoreboard, we've got VIU now leading SFU 5-0 in the only other BCIHL game. .8:34 here to go in the third period. 5-4 Miners lead. Gordon wins that one with the forehand over to the wall to Rasmussen. Rasmussen puts it up looking for Schmieder, who's able to chip it past the pinching Tokic. Crew's there for support. He picks it off and sends it right back down. Quick shot off the wing there by Laser, and that's gloved by Hatfield and held on to. Sam's got hold of Sweeney down in the zone. Didn't really like that. Nothing's going to come of this, I don't think. So we're going to get a line change here. Both teams switching up their personnel. Davidson wins that one on good body position face-off draw. That's got up to Huth from Singer. Davidson in for support. He picks that one off, loses the handle. Comes back to Tokic. Tokic up to Crew. Crew behind his own net. Carrying the puck up ice. He's angled off by Huth. Kicked away by Sanger. Schaefer now circling in his zone. Skating up ice. Makes a good move there. Gets the line. Tries a quick shot, but that's Crew gets his stick on that one. Schaefer puts it out front. That's covered up and held by Clark. Miners win the draw. Schaefer, quick shot. Clark's able to see that one all the way through, and he makes an easy glove save there. Maddie wins that one, but Daniel steps in and he's able to take the puck and get it out of the zone. Here's Singer now. Singer backpedaling in his own and tries to go cross ice off a leg. Picked off on the wall. Stolen there by Turner. Maddie gets it out. Bounces past Sam Lewis. Back in his own end. Lewis circles. Fires it around the wall. Finds Stinson. Stinson up to Pickle. Pickle through the neutral zone. Stumbles there. Turner steals that. Picks his pocket. Gives it to Nielsen, who backhands it out of the zone. Picked off in the neutral zone there by Stinson. He spins back. Goes cross ice to Lewis. Back to Stinson. Up to Pickle. Pickle's watched here, and he's bumped by Nielsen. Puck comes free, and Sam has it. Sam takes a bump from Evers. Evers hits the puck, puts it out in the slot, but nobody's there. Comes out into the neutral zone to Green. Green fires back up ice to Laskowski. Here's Evers. Cross ice, finds Pickle. Good save there from Hatfield. Pickle was all alone on the left wing coming in. Shed his check there and snuck in, got a good chance, but Hatfield was there for it. 6:35 remaining in the third. Davidson wins that one on the forehand back into the corner. Rasmussen tries to peel off of his man, but he's pinned down there, and the puck's now spinned on the wall. Back to Fryer. Tries a quick shot, hits the leg of Laskowski. Comes free to Zackel, who backhands it up the wall. And he clears it out of the zone. That's going to be waved off. Puck comes free to Bomer. Out front to Davidson. Quick shot, missed the net. Back out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, quick shot. And the net's come off its moorings. Another whistle. .6:12 left here in the third. Well, the face-off down in the Vike zone to the right of Clark. Davidson against Smith on this face-off. And Miners win it. Chip it back down in the corner, but Crew picks that one up. Here comes Crew. Breaking out of his zone. Gets across through the neutral zone. Down the wall. Quick shot. Gloved there by Hatfield. That was pretty easy for Crew to get up, and Miners are going to not want to let him loose, as he is the Vikes' leading scorer. There we go to the right of Hatfield. Maddie's settling for a draw against Smith. And the puck comes loose into the corner. Miners get control. Schaefer across to Maddie. Maddie hard off the glass. Looking to stretch Lario. Try and beat out that icing. But that's not going to work, as he was blocked away. And that's going to come all the way back down. So we'll have a face-off here to the left this time. And Maddie wins that one back into the corner, but it hits the referee's skate. Castellato now has it. He's looking for Hartley, but it gets by him to Lario. Lario gets it past Crew. Turner on the forecheck. He gets past Hartley, gets the puck. Quick shot. Gets the rebound, tries to go to out front. That hits a foot, goes to the wall. Here's Maddie. Quick shot. Off a stick, up and out of play. Good forecheck there by Turner to get control and try and create something there. We'll settle in for a draw here to the left of Clark, Gordon, and Sweeney. And that's a tie-up draw. Defenseman comes in. Tokic wins it back into the corner. And they're able to clear the zone. Laser in on the forecheck. He's got Zackel watching in. Zackel pins his man. Smitter comes in to help. He puts it around the wall. The Vikes have control. Sweeney puts it out front. Comes loose to Gordon. Backhand to Sam. Sam, nice little move there around Tokic. She gets in. Tries a backhand pass out front. That's picked off by Crew. Here comes Dornan. Cross to Tokic. Tokic can't handle that pass. Comes to Zackel. who's not able to get it out of the line, but the puck comes back to him anyway. Here's Rasmussen. He fires it up to Smithiter, who tips it in. Davidson in on the forecheck. Clark backhands that around to Stinson. Stinson spins off of the check of Davidson. Tries dangerous pass out front, loses control to Bomer. Bomer, power move, backhand out front. Misses Huth on the back door. Here comes Sweeney. Sweeney dumps it in. Daniel in on the forecheck. Gets it, fires it out front. That comes loose dangerously across the front, but there was nobody there. Here's Huth. He flicks it out. Gloved down by Lewis. Here's Huth. Huth, wide around Stinson, in. Tries to go 5-hole. And that's held onto by Clark. Good chance there from Huth as he showed his speed on the outside. 4:06 to go here in the third period. Miners are pushing. Maddie's coming in to face off here against Strange. Tie up, draw. Puck's loose in feet. Turner tries to go back to Rasmussen. Picked off there by Byrne, and Zackles comes across for support, and he fires it right back down low. Stinson now. He fires it up the wall. Tipped off the wall by Byrne. Picked up by Rasmussen, fired back in. Gloved down by Clark, and leaves it there for Stinson. The Miners dump it out, and that goes off the stick of Zackles, so there'll be no icing. Rasmussen back. He does a weak pass cross ice to Zackle, and he chopped the stick out of the forechecker, and we're going back to the Vikes power play for the 6th time. Rasmussen will be going off here for slashing. And it looks like the Vikes will be calling their timeout, as they'll be taking this opportunity to set up the personnel they want for the power play. And the out of town scoreboard here, the final in the VIU SFU game is 5-0. So VIU wins that one. Timeout is now completed here, and we're going to settle in for this last 3.5 minutes in the third period, which should be exciting. Gordon wins that one, but it hits the ref's foot. Vikes get control. Here's Crew. Back to Daniel. Daniel tries to go cross ice, knocked away by Singer. Daniel circles. Crew wants it, but he didn't want it right at that moment. Here's Crew now. Back to Daniel. Daniel, he tries a quick shot. That gets all the way through, and that's swallowed up by Hatfield. Minute 39 to go in the power play. Gordon's going to try and win this one so they can clear it out. And Strange beats him and wins it to the wall. Vikes get it back to Crew. Cross ice now to Daniel. Daniel tries to go back door there to Pickle. Pickle down to Byrne. Back to Pickle on the wall. Down to Byrne behind the net. Cross ice now up to Daniel. Daniel tries to go back across the Pickle. Intercepted by the Miners. Kept in there by Crew. Crew back across the Byrne. Byrne hits the post. Byrne down in the corner. Tries to go back door to Pickle. That's intercepted by Sanger. Great job there by Sanger to get a pad, his shin pad on that one, and clear that one all the way down. Crew sets up now behind his net. Brings it out. Watched by Christian. Looks for Daniel. That's going to be just offside here from the Vikes. Sam was putting pressure on Hartley, and he couldn't quite hold on to it. .50 seconds to go in the power play. Christian wins that one clean. Back to Singer. Singer Takes some time, gets it off the wall and out into the neutral zone. Stinson's back at his own blue line. Picks that puck up and circles out of the zone. Across the center line and gets the Miners zone. Leaves it there for Castellato. He puts it down low to Hartley. Hartley, quick pass out front to Laskowski, who gets a shot away. But Hatfield's down low, and he's able to take away the bottom of the net and hold on to that one. 27 seconds here to go. And they're in the power play. 2:02 to go in the third. Tie draw there. Puck's in the feet of everybody. Here comes free back to Crew. Over to Stinson. Stinson. Quick shot. Good job there by Buzzell to get a piece of that one. Looks like it stung him. Puck's chipped around the corner. Schaefer bumps his guy. Over to Crew. Crew, quick shot wide of the net. Here's Evers. Evers on the wall. Up top to Stinson. He's shot over the net. Miners penalty's over. Here's Rasmussen. Chips it high. Bouncing puck. Evers is bumped. Kept in by Stinson. They get it out of the zone and they're able to change things up. Rasmussen in on the forecheck. Crew's been out there a while and Rasmussen's legs are a little more fresh. He pins them down low. Fork there out front. Good play by Stinson to dive and get a stick on that one as Rasmussen was wide open in front. Daniel breaking out. Across the center line. Loses control to Schaefer, who chips it out. Who's going to beat that one out? He's got the puck in his feet as Clark came dangerously out to try and poke that away. Stinson bumps down Davidson. That's kept in by Bomer, who puts it back to Sanger. Cross ice to Zackel. Zackel gets the line and dumps it down deep. Miners are trying to kill some time there. Clark knocks it down, leaves it for Crew. Crew up the wall to Pickle. Pickle tries to go cross ice to Daniel, gets there, but it was deflected, so it didn't get there clean. Zackel was strange watching him, leaves it behind for Sanger. Sanger chips it behind his guy. Loose puck bouncing around in the slot. Huth tries to get it through, hits a leg. He's able to get it out over the blue line with 19 seconds to go. Fryer puts it across to Tokic. He's watched by Bomer. Angled off, and here's Sanger. Sanger. And he gets it, and they fire it down. That's going to go wide of the empty net as Fryer comes back to get there for the hybrid icing with 7.1 seconds to go in the third period. We're going to have one more face-off here, at least down in the minor zone to the left of Hatfield. Stand corrected to the right of Hatfield. Puck comes to Stinson. That's tipped away by Bomer and gets past Pickle. Bomer, great job here. He gets the puck, fires empty net. It's not going to count. However, it doesn't matter as the Miners hold on and win this one in a gutty, gritty performance as they come back from a 4-2 deficit to win this one 5-4. Good job, Miners. Miners win.